Hi everybody, I'm SakuraStallion. I wanted to do a quick video just to kind of make content, and I've been interested in watching these lately, of my Nintendo DS and Nintendo handheld console collection. Recently I've been collecting into consoles and whatnot, so I wanted to kind of do a quick video just to something that I'm interested in and I know I watch and you can just put on in the background while you do something else, which is what I totally do all the time. So we're gonna start off with one that doesn't really work, but it's a coral pink Nintendo DS Lite. It works in the sense of, like, if you look at it, the top screen doesn't work. So the bottom screen works, but the top screen doesn't work. It has a new battery that I replaced it itself. It doesn't come with the bottom. I got it off Facebook Marketplace from somebody who was selling them. So he didn't know if it worked, so it was a gamble if it worked or not. It needed a new battery anyway. So I might sell it for parts, or I might just keep it just as a little reminder of what I had as a child, because I had one of these as a child. Then we have the Nintendo DSi XL. This is my childhood Nintendo DSi. It still works and everything. It's in, like, okay condition, because I played with it a lot as a kid. Like, it comes with, it doesn't have, like, the original stylus or anything like that. So, yeah. This is the Nintendo 3DS XL. I also replaced the battery into this. It's probably not going to want to turn on. It's been iffy with me. Ever since I replaced the battery, the console itself has just not wanted to work. This was my childhood 3DS. If I can get it to work, I'm going to transfer all my stuff to a Japanese one. A fun fact is that the 3DSs are region locked. Mine, that is modded, so I've modded mine. My most recent addition to the collection is a Nintendo DS original. I always forget where the power button is on these. It's right there. It works perfectly fine. It's actually a Japanese Nintendo DS, but the Nintendo DSs are not region locked. So even though it's a Japanese Nintendo DS, as you can see on the back here, it is not region locked. So that's something cool, and it even comes with this little DS strap, which I totally won't remember to use. I need to clean it up a bit. It came like this, and there's a little bit of pixel burn right here. But it's still in pretty okay condition, so I'm interested in it just because I didn't have one of these as a kid, so I wanted to have one for my collection. That's all of my consoles that I have. I wanted to show off... Oh wait, no, I have more. This is my childhood Nintendo 3DS. It's the red version. It's probably not charged, so it's not going to turn on. Yeah. But the screen on top is completely, like, busted. A door fell on it. Which, I can't believe I can say that, but a door fell on it, so the screen on top is completely busted. But I still have it just because I love the memories of having it. And, I really like the color of the original 3DSs. The red is just a really pretty color. This, if I remember correctly, this one came with the new Super Mario Brothers game, or 3D Land, but I'm not a Mario person. I've barely played any of the Mario games, so for me, it doesn't really matter. You can even see where, like, the door landed on it right here. So I keep it just for nostalgia purposes. And then one of my collection that I'm really excited about is this it's beat up, very beat up, but it's a Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP. I never had a Game Boy as a kid, so for me, this is like, it's not charged, so it's not going to turn on. But it works completely, like, well. I've used it to play the Spirit Game Boy game, so it works, and I'm really excited about that because I like media preservation. So for me to be able to have one that works, it's just really cool. Yeah, it's beat up and it's not like a color I'd really like. I got this with the Nintendo DS Lite. These two came together, so one worked and one didn't. So for, I think, only like $50, I got a pretty good steal for something to not work. But those are my consoles that I have. As you can tell, it's very, very iffy on if they work or not. This is my Nintendo DS bag. I drew on it as a kid, so I drew Pokeballs on it. I still have a lot of my Nintendo DS accessories. For example, I have 2 separate Pokemon WolfWatchers. This is where I keep all my chargers. And these probably just need new batteries and they'd still work. One was from Heart Gold and one was from Soul Silver. I also have my Nintendo e-card reader for the old 3DSs. And these are 2 games that I haven't put up yet for the Game Boy. So I have Dogs 2, which is almost like an RPG where you take care of a puppy. I have it on a emulator that I've played. And then Pets Horses, which I'm really only keeping just because I collect horse games. And that's kind of the only reason why I'm actually keeping it. This is the part of the collection that I was excited to do because I keep all of my games like right in here. I'm on somebody's Rob list probably because of the amount of games I have. I have Let's Ride Dreamer for the Game Boy as well as Let's Ride Sunshine Stables. This one's a little beat up from its condition, but it still works perfectly fine. I also have Horse Life for the Nintendo DS in this cute little purple game card case. And this is where we get into the cool stuff. So we're just going to go into what I grab out of here. So this one has a couple of horse games in it. If you open it up, it holds 4 games. So I have Paws and Claws Pet Vet, Pony Love, Pets Horses 2, and Paws and Claws Let's Ride. These are all childhood games, so I've had these since I was a child. This is one of my other ones. I have Fossil Fighters and Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. And then I also have World of Zoo and Spyro Shadow Legacy, which is something that people hated. I played it as a kid. I didn't hate it, but I didn't know what Spyro was. These are my Kirby games that I have for the DS. So I have Kirby Superstar Ultra. This is my favorite Kirby game, like, ever. I have 100% it. It's so good. I love it so much. Then I have Kirby Mass Attack. I also have Drawn to Life, The Next Chapter, and Scribblenauts. So 2 other games that are pretty well, loved. I also have a bunch of styluses in here. I have one of the, original pen styluses for the Nintendo 3DS in here. This is another one of the cases. So this is Harvest Moon Tale of Two Towns, which I played as a kid, and then Harvest Moon Sunshine Islands. I didn't play this one as a kid, but I bought it because I like the Harvest Moon games. This is my 2 Bakugan games. I played this one as a kid. I played both of them as a kid, but I remember this one more. So this is Bakugan and then Bakugan Battle Trainer. I thought it said Battle Transition, and I was about to say, oh, wow. This is Championship Pony, also known as 3-Day Eventing. I played this one a lot as a child. This is my Nintendogs collection. So I have Nintendogs Dalmatian and Friends. This is the one that I as a child, and then Nintendogs Chihuahua and Friends. I bought that one. Then I have one of my other favorite games, Animal Crossing Wild World. This is my original copy from when I was a child. I probably deleted the town that was on it, but this is my favorite Animal Crossing game to this day. New Leaf is a close second, but I just love Wild World and how, like, awesome it is. Then I have Digimon World Championship. I was never into Digimon. I don't know how I got this game, but you get to raise Digimon and fight them, and I'm gonna be honest, it's actually not a bad game. If I knew more about Digimon, it would make more sense to me, but I don't. So I just play it and go, it's a really cool game. Then I have Pets Horseshoe Ranch. This is one that I've played a lot as a kid. You get to raise horses. It's part of the Pet series. I also have Emergency Vets from Animal Planet. Then I have Littlest Pet Shop Country Friends, which I think you get to play as, like, Littlest Pet Shop animals. This is one that I didn't play as a kid, but it's Dora and the Snow Princess, or Dora Saves the Snow Princess. It's another horse game that I have just for collecting horse games. This is one that I really am interested in. So I have Looney Tunes Duck Amuck, which is a Looney Tunes game. It's not bad. But then I have Wappy Dog. You can find consoles for Wappy Dog, but what makes this really cool, we'll take my phone off my tripod for a second, is that I have my original Wappy Dog. So these are really hard to find. They're very big in, like, cybercore because of they're very Frutiger Arrow-esque. So I have mine on display, but it's actually a really, like, good game, and you get to have a robot dog that you get to take care of. So it's really cool. Back here, we have Okami Den and Go Pets Vacation Island. This was a series that I didn't know anything about except based on this game, and this is the sequel to probably one of my favorite games of all time, which is now getting a remake. Well, this game isn't, but Okami's getting a remake, which is so exciting. I cried when they did that at the Game Awards. It was so cool. I haven't beaten Okami Den. It's actually kind of hard to beat. I got stuck somewhere, so for me, it's kind of hard. Here's more of the stylus, as in, like, cleaning screen I have. I still have my original Wappy Dog stylus. It's a little bit beat up, but I still have it. We're just going to put all of them right over here. I have a bunch of extra styli. Alright, we're almost done with the games right here. This is Mario Kart DS and Mario Party DS. These are two really good games. Mario Kart DS is my favorite Mario Kart of the series, even though the one on the Switch is really good. And I know the Wii one's also really good, but this is the one that I played as a kid, so I liked it the most. And then another game series that I really liked as a kid was Sim Animals, and I have both Sim Animals and Sim Animals Africa. I've beaten both of these. I really liked them. If you guys have any, like, questions about video games that I've played or anything. And then my last one's Energy Horse Riders. I played this a lot as a kid. But if you guys have any questions about anything that I played, this is a new one that I have, Pet's Pony Beauty Pageant. I haven't played this one yet, so I don't have any real opinion on it. We're going to put all of these back, and we're going to go into what I consider my rare games, which is why they're in the little bag part up here. So next we have my Nintendo 3DS games and my rarer titles. I call this my rarer titles because these are probably $1,000 worth of titles right here. First we have Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I've never beaten Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, I'm going to be honest with you. I got not interested about halfway through. It just was not a Pokemon game for me. I'm a big fan of the series, so for me to not be interested in it was kind of sad, but I'm getting back into the series again. I also have Pokemon Ultra Sun. These are ones that I purchased after a while, so I only have one of the versions. When I was a kid, my mom was very, very generous for Christmas, so I would actually get both versions of Pokemon games as a kid. So starting with Pokemon X was when I only got one version, so Pokemon X is my childhood copy. I've beaten Pokemon X. It is one of my favorite Pokemon games. I really like the Kalos region, even though it's Very controversial. I think later in life, people are going to look back on it fondly. I have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity. I haven't really played much of this one yet. I don't have a lot of big opinions on it, but I've played the other games in Mystery Dungeons series, so I'm very interested to see how it works. Then we have Happy Home Designer, a very classic in the Animal Crossing series. I don't have a physical copy for New Leaf. My copy that I played on was digital, so that's something that like I'm interested in looking for personally. Then we had The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. This is a classic and a great way to play the original Legend of Zelda. I beat it, if I remember correctly, but I'm not exactly a big Zelda fan. Whoa, very controversial take. I really liked Twilight Princess. I never beat Twilight Princess, but I really liked Twilight Princess. I played it on the Wii. And, I beat this game just to be able to say, like, I beat it, but I don't have the nostalgia factor that a lot of people have for it. This one I have a lot of nostalgia for is Rune Factory 4. I love the Rune Factory series. I haven't played any of the other ones yet, but this is a very big game that I'm very in love with. I beat it. I'm thinking about doing a second playthrough of it, just because I'm so interested in playing it some more. And then I have Tomodachi Life, the classic, absolute banger of a video game. So I'm very happy to have this. I really hope they make another Tomodachi Life on the Switch. I think it would be so perfect since they did Miitopia. I don't have Miitopia, and that's something that I'm very interested in getting. I think my local game store has a copy of it, so maybe one day. And then I have Fantasy Life. Fantasy Life is another game that I've beaten and loved and am doing another playthrough of. This is getting remade for the Switch. I think they're making a sequel for it. It had a mobile port that was, like, not good, but they're making another one for the Switch. I'm very interested in it because I really liked this game. Then we have my last two 3DS games. I have Mocha Mocha Friends. I remember playing this. I don't remember much about it, but I just remember, like, when I played it. And then I have Hometown Story. I just bought this, so I haven't played it much, but I've heard it's kind of similar to Harvest Moon in a sense. So both of these are games that I'm, like, interested in playing and getting to know a little better. This is where the good stuff comes in. Okay. Pokemon Black 2. This is my childhood game. This might actually be the first where I only got one version. I don't think I have White 2, but I have Pokemon Black 2, and I've beaten it. Gen 5 is my favorite Pokemon gen. I'll say that till the end. I love the Nintendo DS Pokemon games. So for me, these are like iconic. Oh, I do have White 2. So actually, no, I do have White 2. X is the first that I got only one of. Same thing here. I've beaten Pokemon White 2. Not much to say since it's relatively the same game. Then I have Pokemon Black and Pokemon White version. I played Pokemon Black more personally, just because I liked Reshiram a lot. I like Reshiram's design. Zekrom's a really good design, so Pokemon White's a really good game, but I digress. Then I have Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon Soul Silver. I played Heart Gold a little more than I did Soul Silver, but I've beaten both of them. It's really hard to talk about Pokemon games because it is kind of the same game. But then we have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. I want to get Red Rescue Team for the Game Boy. That's something that I'm interested in getting so I complete my collection. But then I want also, I think, Explorers of Time, I think, is the one I'm missing out of these three. I've beaten Explorers of Sky. I haven't beaten Explorers of Darkness yet. I'm in the middle of, like, the post-story. Because this is a long game. This is a really long game. I had to, like, download a guide to be able to beat it. Like, it was long. Then I have Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. I played this one as a kid. It's a really good Pokemon spinoff. And then my favorite. This is my favorite Pokemon spinoff. Pokemon Conquest. I got this as a birthday gift from somebody at school. So, like, at school, on a school day, they brought me this game as a, like, gift. I'm still grateful to that person for this day because this game is, like, so sought after and, like, forgotten about, and I have a copy of it. I adore this game. I've beaten it. I'm playing the post story right now, one of the story quests that you have, because when you beat the game, you get access to, like, 30 sub-games. And I'm playing one of the sub-games right now. There's so much content in this game that I could talk all day about it, but I'm not gonna, like, completely waste your time. I have other Pokemon stuff, like I have handbooks and things, but I don't feel like showing them off today because I'd have to go grab them. But I have, like, a Pokemon Black and White Special Edition handbook as well as Pokemon Rangers Special Edition book. So that's my Nintendo DS collection. I hope you guys liked this video. I really just want to make content, and I'm getting to the point where my perfectionism prevents me from doing it, so I'm making content that I want to do. And whether that means it's like this, where I film something on my phone and just post it, versus trying to edit something, like, extremely big, or trying to edit something extremely big. I just want to make content. I love doing it. I've always wanted to do it, so I've broken that habit. But I hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to talk about your collection in the comments below. I would be so interested in hearing about it. Bye-bye.